I love being in the green room. Like, there's no better place than within a green room with no green. There's no green here. She might have a sprinkle of green behind her, but it's not there. So, Sherri, sometimes I don't read these very exhaustive bios, although you're a famous person. But I like to ask the question for those folks that are meeting you for the very first time. Tell them they've got one question in their mind, which is, who is Sherri? And more importantly, what are you up to these days?
Wow. Hey, it's your girl, Sherri Somers, your revenue master life coach. I'm so excited. Shay, thank you so much for having me here. As I said, I am a revenue master life coach. I help financial coaches in the coaching space cross market their financial confidence, right? So, one of the things I'm big on is building financial confidence. What is financial confidence? It's being able to make money regardless of how the economy is doing. I'm excited to be here. I am live here from Jamaica. I'm here hosting the Epicon 2020. So bear with me with these Wi-Fi. I'm just excited. I'm so grateful for you to be on your show today and excited to be here.
Well, thank you so much for being here, by the way. And indeed, you are live, which is really cool. The question I've been asking a number of folks is, what type of conversations have you and your colleagues been having behind the scenes as you get ready to move into not a new era, but to raise your standard, raise your awareness in a whole new area? I mean, obviously, there's a global pandemic going on. There's a global social justice pandemic going on. There's a financial pandemic going on, but yet you and your colleagues, man, you're still flourishing, you're still moving forward. What type of conversations y'all been having in this new economy?
Great question. I think one of the things we have to realize is when we talk about, as I said, financial confidence, when we decided to elevate our expectation or elevate our finances or elevate our health, whatever it may be in your space, we also understand that there are obstacles and challenges that comes with that. It would be premature, immature for us to think that when we're trying to transform life or when we're trying to monetize and feed our family, that things wasn't going to happen. So I guess the point here is my team, we embrace the fact that COVID was here, and it allow us to not just pivot, but it allow us to figure out another dimension of reaching people in another way that we never thought before. And I think with me being in the live video space, it really worked out for me because I was already in the space. So I capitalized on the moment and become the authority as I always have. So we elevate as in like making sure our graphics and our design is seen more because people is home more. So we took that and leveraged that opportunity to get into the homes of the people who need to hear what we have to say. And it worked. Definitely worked.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about you. We had a conversation with a young lady a couple of months ago, and she called in, and you might want to speak to this person or someone like that. She says, Shay, I've got so much going on now. I'm now a full-time stay-at-home woman, working at home. I'm now a full-time wife at home. I'm a full-time mom, by the way. I'm a full-time school teacher, Shay, because right now I've got one in elementary school and two in middle school. And oh, by the way, I'm a full-time administrator because I got to make sure they turn in their homework. And did you know, Shay, I signed up to be a full-time cafeteria worker? I've cooked more now than ever before, but yet I want to grow my business. So I feel like kind of bad when I'm trying to be in the room with the door closed, doing what I need to do. What would you say, I guess the question is, Sherri, to the person, it doesn't have to just be a woman, it could be a male or anyone, that right now they've got a lot going on, they got to take care of their family, but they also want to step up in their business and they feel like there's so much going on. What words of encouragement you offer to them?
I 100% agree in that there is a lot going on, right? I 100% agree. But I always tell people to look for the ram in the bush because there's no problem without a solution, right? And everything that woman is facing as a single mom, right, who left her law enforcement job to become a full-time entrepreneur, when you have the mindset and say that there's no plan B, there's somebody that's depending on you. If it means adjusting your schedule, whether you like to go to sleep at 9 o'clock and now you have to go to sleep at 10 o'clock or working at night while your child is sleeping, there's some adjustment that need to be made there. And we know we need to do this adjustment because it's not forever. right? But the whole thing, I want to encourage her to say that there's a woman out there with the same problem that she has and is still able to boss up. So if I take the same problem or challenges that you're facing, there's somebody out there that's facing the same exact thing, but decide they're going to win regardless. That decide that they're going to change your schedule. They're going to adjust what they need to do. They're going to make no excuses, right? They're going to create a schedule. They're going to get their team of family together and say, hey, here's where we are. You're going to create a consistent schedule that everyone in your home can, because that's what I had to do. And say, and it cost me some hoverboards and it cost me some V-Bucks for my 8-year-old son. But let me tell you something, it was so worth it. So just having a family meeting and say, hey, this is the goal. This is a goal. We're on a mission. And yes, there are going to be some challenges along the way. Yes, mommy going to have to adjust her schedule, but understand that you will reap the harvest when this is all said and done. And he did.
Reap the harvest, man. I love what you're doing. I love all the energy that you have. For those folks that are tuning in that are entrepreneurs right now, I know we're going to have this whole conversation around release revenue, which we will do, but they might be wondering, why does Sherri do what she does right now? Like, what's Sherri's big why? Why right now are you taking time away from your family? Why are you taking time away from doing things you could be doing right now? Taking time away from your business to be here, sharing this message with all of them. Why does Sherri do what she does? Talk to us.
Oh, wow. So most people, like you just said, the young lady says, but Shay, I want to start a business. Well, that wasn't me. What was me was I was in law enforcement for 10 years. And during that time, I truly saw a need. And that need was during that time, ex-offenders kept re-offending, right? They keep coming back to our jail system. And during that process, I was getting training in real estate. So I would take my training from real estate and I would bring it into the jailhouse. And I would teach ex-offenders how to do real estate, how to wholesale a property, how to do business plan, how to do processes. So when they're released from jail, that they have a business plan so they can become taxpayers again. If people weren't going to hire them, if they want to see them as fit because they have a record, they can create their own business so they don't have to worry about anyone hire them. And it got so big, and the information got to the point where it reached President Barack Obama's ear, and we were invited to the White House because of starting that reentry program. So when I started that's my first big start of just helping people who are incarcerated just become entrepreneurs, right? So that was the first big I will let you feedback on that, because then we'll go on my big why.
No. That's perfect. That's spot on for Kevin that's out there right now, for Melissa that's watching right now. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Carol. It is always a pleasure. Thank you all for tuning in. Look, I know we got a show. We're going to find out more about our big why. We're going to find out more about this revenue release. And for all of the entrepreneurs, for all the speakers, authors, coaches, trainers, small business owners, you're going to benefit from this. Because I'm going to ask about this whole revenue release, this whole marketing mindset concept that she has. This helps not only you generate revenue, but at the end, they help you get the resources you need. We'll be back in just a moment. We got a show, and this is my favorite part, by the way. We got a show in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll be right back. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there. And they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country, where we're on a mission. And our mission is to empower. Our mission is to inspire. And our mission is to provide you, that's right, you the one watching, lean in, you, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big, big, big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And I believe you have 3 visions that I love to share, by the way. I believe first, you have a vision for yourself. You know, the clothes that you want to wear, the organic food that you want to eat. And it takes resources, which means it takes revenue to make that happen. I believe you have a second vision. You have a vision for your loved ones, the ones you care the most about. Mother dear is 73 years old, and I had the pleasure of taking her to physical therapy today. She would tell me all the things she wants to order when she gets back home. And I'm thinking to myself, y'all know it takes some resources, right? But she knows how to order it off of Amazon. And some of you out there, you want to send your kids to a school of your choice. Some of you want to write a check for a cause you really believe in or pay someone's health care or mortgage. It takes, I know, revenue to purchase those resources. Y'all got the right person, Sherri, here. And then the third vision I believe you have, is you have a vision for the people you were called to serve. And I don't want to impose my faith on you. You happen to be a believer. You don't have to be one. But I always talk about the story in the good book, the Bible, of Noah. And imagine for a moment you're Noah and you show up and God's giving you all the experience. He's giving you all the expertise. You're ready to get going. And right before you get going, there's a knock at the door. And you're like, what's going on? Noah, over here. Yes, what's happening? Excuse me. Noah, I'm sorry to report, but there are no hammers in the house. No hammers? Ain't no big deal. Why would I worry about not having any hammers, right? Yeah, what's over here? Yeah, what's happening? What's going on, my man? I might as well let you know as well. There are no nails in the house. No hammer, no nails. We don't even panic. There's no need to panic. What is it now? We might as well confess, Noah. There's no wood and there's no people. Good luck on this mission. And maybe that's you. You got the big heart. You're walking in your purpose and your passion. You can't believe anymore. If you believe anymore, you have a headache. But there ain't no revenue. So there's no resources for you to purchase to execute that vision. And this morning, this evening, this afternoon, no matter what time it is, wherever you are in the world, Sherri Somers showed up for one reason only, and that is to give you the resources and the revenue you need to take your business to another level. So what's going on, Sherri? How are you coming to us? I understand from Jamaica.
Yes, Shay, we are live in Jamaica. I'm so excited to be here. It is such a pleasure to just have the opportunity. This is a long time, coming. So I'm glad we were able to get our schedule together and get this going.
Well, it's certainly an honor and a privilege, a treat and a treasure to have you here. I'm just so excited. Now, I've got to address the elephant in the room. I've got to do that. They were reading this whole thing that said, release revenue. And they were wondering, what in the LL Cool J is she going to be talking about? And I thought to myself, I don't know. So can you take a moment and kind of frame the conversation for us? Like, why that topic, release revenue, and why is it important to every entrepreneur that's watching right now?
Awesome. So for me, earlier we were talking about the why part, but I want to really touch on that when we talk about revenue. Revenue is the heart of your business, right? There's only two ways to have money. Either you're going to cut overhead costs or save money, right? Cut your overhead costs, or you're going to increase your earning power. That's it. It's just two ways, right? So which one are you going to pick? Are you going to cut your overhead costs, or are you going to increase your earning power? So me, I choose to teach people how to increase their earning power, how to build that financial confidence. And in building that financial confidence is really focusing on revenue generated activity within your life. So your entire life, your entire being, everything that you do is generating an income. And why that's important to me, Shay, in my life, ex-police officer, ex-law enforcement, coming from that stage, one day I got a call from my son's school saying he would pass out, unresponsive, not breathing, and I need to get there, right? So of course I was doing 100 getting to his school. When I got to his school, he wasn't breathing. I saw the paramedics working on him, and during that moment, 2 weeks prior to that, I had reached out to my sergeant and I said, hey, I just got divorced. I'm a single mom. So I need that time to be with my son because this new transition from being a married woman to a single mom is going to be a toll on him. And they told me I could not change my schedule. I needed 30 minutes, Shay, 30 minutes to pick my son up from school. I just need to leave 30 minutes early before the daycare closed. And they told me no. So here I am now in the present, and my child is passed out of school unresponsive. And I said to God, while we're trying to work, while the paramedics are working on him, Lord, if you bring me my son Dylan Summers back, I will never allow anyone to control my schedule again. I will never allow anyone to tell me I can't have 30 minutes to pick up my son. And from that day till now, I have been generating revenue so I don't have to ever ask a boss, when can I leave again?
That is so powerful. Um, Thanks for being authentic, number one, and thanks for sharing. And you've been helping entrepreneurs on this journey, and I'm curious, what's the biggest challenge that you found that entrepreneurs have in terms of just adjusting to this whole concept that revenue is important? I mean, you spend your energy and time helping them, give them the lifeblood to what they need, but yet they struggle staying consistent with it. What are some of the challenges that people have just being consistent generating revenue?
Very good. I think because we're in a microwave society, so we think when we give them the plan, and when the plan is not when they implement the plan, if they don't see results fast enough, they think it doesn't work, right? One of the programs I offer is called 2K Revenue Attraction Factor. From day one, I've been offering that program. It's just this year that I'm getting ready, because all my clients are making more than 2K. So we end up having to change it in January. But I stayed in my lane and I worked the process, and I never move or change it. I elevate. And I think the challenge that people have is because we want wins overnight, right? I have millionaire clients now that have made $1 million, and they have made it in an industry that wasn't their own, in the corporate world. And they say, Sherri, now I want to rebrand myself. I want to brand me. Yes, I made $1 million, but I now want to brand me. And here's what happened. If that millionaire person had branded himself from the beginning, they wouldn't have to go back and do the work. So what we miss, we're thinking, oh, we're chasing the money. But when you're in alignment with what you're doing, when you have faith over finance and you're in alignment, the money automatically comes. So the first thing is about building our mindset, breaking the limited beliefs when it comes to your finances. And then when you start stepping to your authority, I believe in attracting, not chasing. So revenue attraction for me is standing in your authority, your God-given authority, and being in alignment. And I think the challenge is people have to start there first. They're starting with marketing, they're starting with strategy, they're starting with launching, which is not where they're supposed to start. They're supposed to start with a mindset and whatever that story that they were telling themselves that been keeping them blocked. That's what we need to start with first.
I love that. I love what you do. Take a moment, if you would, and maybe share one idea. And for those folks that are out there, you can pay this message forward. Sherri's going to share one idea that you can do. She has this whole mindset and marketing concept. But she's going to give you one idea that you can do to help you really start generating some revenue in your business. Don't worry, I'm asking for another 2 ideas, but we'll start number 1 first. Shh, shh. But here's what I'd like you to do that you're watching. Don't hold this to yourself. You can hit the watch party button, you can hit the share button, and you can pay this message forward. We believe in the giver's economy. The person outgives the competition, out-earns the competition. Let me say that again. The person outgives the competition, out-earns the competition. So hit the share button, hit the watch party button, pay this message forward to another little girl or little boy or big girl or big boy or entrepreneur that's out there. When you hit the share button, just write these 2 words. #release revenue at Sherri Somers. Just Sherri Somers. Just go ahead and just put #release revenue. Now we're saying release revenue because they want revenue in their business. So you can pay that message forward. She's about to share one idea you can use right now. So Sherri, go ahead and give us one idea that we all can do as entrepreneurs to release, I love that, release the revenue.
So the one idea that all my clients are using to release the revenue is to be able to create a daily success journal that track your daily activity, not what you're planning on doing, but what you actually did for that day. So you're tracking your daily activity. Did you eat? Did you make the bed? Did you take your kids to school? And did you take your kids to an event? Or what is a profit boosting activity that you did for that day? And you're going to write that down. And you're going to write that down for 14 days straight. And because what happened is when you're able to track what you do on a daily basis, you will see different loopholes. You see where your energy is going. And if you need to shift your energy to go towards more revenue activity based. I have a client, one of my clients did that, and she said, Sherri, I didn't make any money this month or last month because I spent so much time in different activities, when from the kids, or whether I had a doctor's appointment for my child, or I spent more time cleaning the house than working on my business. So I cannot reap any harvest because I didn't invest, I didn't pour in any seeds to reap a harvest. But being able to track your daily activity of what you did, she was able to realize where the loophole was, or where she should be generating her revenue, or where her energy need to go. And I think that's so powerful in tracking your daily activity for 14 days.
Ah, I love that. I love that. Someone do that. Do me a favor. Look right below the video and say, track your daily activity. You know, my father has a saying that the best intentions don't equal the best results. And then that's so true, because she just said you got to track your daily activity. But don't worry. Sherri showed up for one reason only. That's to change the trajectory of your business. So I'm going to ask her, Sherri, give us another idea. Now, she doesn't have to do this. This is stuff she shares with her paying clients, but she's here today to support the Happy Entrepreneur Show and make sure that you have the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. So, Sherri, what's one more idea that you would share with the folks that are out there?
Very good. So the next idea is to set clear revenue goals, right? Whenever I ask someone, so what do you want to make per month? Their favorite number. Anyone can guess it? 10K. Everyone want to make that famous 10K, but they really have not taken the time out to see count up their expenses, count up their overhead costs to see what it costs to run their business, so they can have a true idea of what their clear revenue goals are for their business. So setting a clear revenue goals. And then while you're setting that goals, you're also looking at the multiple different revenue channels that you have access to that equals revenue goals. So you have to have a target. If you're waking up every day posting on social media and hoping somebody's going to respond for you, but there's not a target revenue goal, there's some of you probably haven't reached your goal, but you haven't been tracking your finances to know if you'll reach your goal, right? So having a clear set revenue goal, like myself, have multiple streams of income. I have life insurance business. I also have property, and I have property preservation business. So all that along with my coaching business. So there are different revenue channels that are coming in. So I will have to keep track of that and have a clear revenue goal so I can know if I hit my target or not. One of the reasons I do that is something called KPIs, your key performance indicators, right? Checking your key performance indicators so you can know where to invest your marketing and where not to invest, right? And key performance indicators is watching it for a good 30 to 60 days to get good data from that so you can know how to adjust your business.
You know, the folks that are watching right now, they're saying to themselves, God, this woman is amazing. She's like incredible. Shay, like what she's able to accomplish is amazing. And they might be wondering, Shay, has she ever had any challenges in her life? Shay, has she had a setback in her business where she had to apply some of these principles that helped her recoup and rebound and get going again? So ask her, Shay. I don't know, she might not share, but I will ask her. I will ask her if she had any challenges, or what was one of the biggest challenges that you've had, I should say, Sherri, in your business that, you know, you got hit and you had to use some of these tools that you're sharing with us to get back on track. And if your life has always been perfect, to say, hey, Shay, my business isn't perfect. I haven't hit any storms yet. But if there's been a storm somewhere, if there's been some valleys somewhere and some twists and turns, we want to know.
Awesome. So anytime a person who want to leave a $42,000 job a year to say, nope, I got to focus on my son and his health, and you're telling your family, they're like, you're crazy. So, right? So one of the biggest challenges saying that I want to step into the space where I control my schedule. That was the only outcome I wanted. I want to be able to control my schedule. How much money can I make to be able to pay my bills and control my schedule? That's all I wanted. That was all my goal. If I could pay my mortgage, pay my car payment, I was rich right in my head. So what was the obstacle? Well, leaving my job, I was already behind on my car payment, behind on my mortgage. So, and I didn't have any money to invest in coaching in the beginning. So what did I do? I picked up my iPhone. And when I picked up my iPhone, I started going live consistently. So I didn't have money for coaching. I didn't have any money because I already told you I'm behind. So on my mortgage, behind on my car payment. So these are obstacles that I faced because they're coming to get my car and they're coming to get my mortgage. So what I had to do is figure out, now, how do I stay consistent? How do I build resilience? How do I build willpower to get to a point where I can generate a revenue that allow me to be conducive with my lifestyle? So all I have was an iPhone. I picked that iPhone up and I started talking about finances. And from that day, I made my first $12,000 using my iPhone.
Wow. How did it feel when you made that, not so much the money, but when you saw the process work? What went through your mind?
Well, it's funny because I was so new in the game, I didn't even understand that the process worked, right? I was so new in the game, and plus, I was just wanted to pay some bills off before they come get my house. So it was more about and here's the thing too. Even while doing it, I wasn't even asking for clients because I didn't even know to ask, right? I was just going live, speaking on the knowledge that I knew, right, on from what I was doing. So when people call me and say, "Hey, will you coach me? Hey, will you train me?" I was like, "Okay, sure," right? So and when they started calling, then I got a $6,000 client. They got another $6,000 client, and then I was like, "Okay, good. I have enough to pay off some of these back payments." And this is how, and I used that to get my website and launch coaching and so on and so forth. But that's what opened doors for me. An iPhone, just going live consistently for 60 days. Not know, and while I'm going live, like bills are still behind, right? But I'm helping somebody in their business while I'm behind. But guess what? You got to serve someone before you're served.
Yeah, which is one of the things that I love about what you do is your ability to serve, your ability to give, your ability to help other folks. I talked about earlier that maybe I would ask you for 3 ideas, and I know you've been so generous. You've given one, and then you gave a second one. And for those folks that are out there, here's how you can pay it forward. Here's how you can give a digital applause. You can hit the share button. You can hit the watch party button. And I'm sure Sherri's okay with this, but you can pay this forward to a Facebook group that you're in. She's okay with that this evening or this morning, whatever time you're watching. You can pay it forward on your page. Some of you can copy the link if you want. You can put it on your social media page as well, because she's sharing ideas that's going to help entrepreneurs make a difference in their life and in their business. So hit the watch party button, hit the share button. As I ask her to say, what's one more idea? Everyone do me a favor. Look down in the comments and put one more idea. One more idea. Why do I say one? Because how many ideas do you need to change your life? One good idea implement is better than 1,000 ideas And Sherri's probably already dropped about 25 golden nuggets, but she got another one. One more, Sherri. You got to share one more golden nugget with us.
All right. So if you're keeping up with me, the first thing I talk about was tracking your daily activity. That was big, right? Knowing where your loopholes are. Sometimes you're spending too much time folding the clothes. Sometimes you spend too much time cleaning the house, and where you can have somebody do that for little or nothing, right? And the second thing I talk about is your KPI, your key performance indicator, to keep a business that is tracked is more successful. So you have your daily activity that you're doing, and you're staying on track. So when you put your daily activity together, and what your revenue goal, your target, set clear goals for your life. The third thing is really big is identify what is your lifestyle, right? What is your lifestyle? Because what I hear is sometimes people say, I want to make money in this. Well, that's not really how it works. It's more about creating your lifestyle and then creating a business around your lifestyle. Whether you may like a certain dress from somewhere. So you may say, okay, I want to be an ambassador for them. So what happened now, you start getting money or the dress for free, something you would already are paid for as already. So you are now creating a brand of who you are. So identifying what is you, what do you like? What is your lifestyle? What is the makeup line you like, ladies? What is that thing? And it doesn't matter what industry you're in, is look at the revenue generated activity, where you're doing JV, whether you're doing partnership, where you're becoming an ambassador, whether you have, so having multiple income streams, people think is getting another entity or getting another business. No, it's creating a lifestyle. One thing I ask God for is a business that where I love to travel. So here I am in Jamaica, where I was born, right? I arrived here 2 days ago, October 26, 1993, I left Jamaica to come to America, and I returned October 26, 2020. So what is that? Because my gift has made room for me. So I created a business that helped me be conducive to my lifestyle of trying to travel on someone else's dime. So that is so important. So it doesn't feel like work, but I'm actually working. So creating a lifestyle and monetizing on your life. I have a client that she loves to cook. So all the stuff she will buy for cooking, she become an ambassador for that cooking show. And guess what? She get all that stuff for free. So finding yourself, who are you? What is the thing that you were going to use or buy anyway? So you have JV partnership. You can be an ambassador, but creating a different way of making money that is conducive to your lifestyle.
Conducive to your lifestyle. Isn't that what it's all about for those folks that are out there like Kathy and like Karen? They're out there right now. Look below the video right now and say, focus on service. See, everything she's saying right now is serve others. So do me a favor, look right below the video and put, it's time to serve others. And that's what I love about what she does so well, what Sherri does so well. She's about serving other folks. You know, Sherri, we talk about service. You talk about releasing the revenue. We have a core belief here. We have a core value. Some of you know what I'm about to do. And that core value is today is my January 1st. Now, if you know what I'm about to do already, you can look right below the video and you can write those words. Today is my January 1st. And for those folks that are hearing it for the very first time, today is my January 1st represents not the date on the calendar, but the date that we create every single day. Today is my January 1st moment. Means it's a do-over. It means it's a fresh start. It means our past, that's right, our past does not equal the future. And so there are probably about 1,000 moments throughout the day where you get to make a decision. And any one of those decisions could change the trajectory of your life. You make a decision, you're going to work out. That's a January 1st moment. Or you're going to sit back. You're going to binge watch and watch what? Netflix. You make a decision, you're going to eat hamburgers and french fries. I have 2 grown adult boys right there. They have salt and pepper and ketchup and hot sauce on there. It's not you, not you, not you. Or you're going to go to the refrigerator and you're going to open it up. And inside the refrigerator, there's some kale. That sounds good. There's some broccoli. I know. There's some Brussels sprouts. That's a January 1st moment. So everyone is writing right now. Today is my January 1st. My question to Sherri is, Sherri, when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what goes through your mind?
I stole this from Lisa Nichols, and she said she gave herself 21 times start over, right? She gave herself 21 times to start over. Don't say, why did you do it that way? She give herself a restart every time and give herself the permission to have a restart. So when I hear January 1st, I give myself permission because I'm not starting from the beginning, I'm starting from experience. So today being your January 1st, I hope you give yourself permission to give yourself restart and re-energize yourself to do that thing again. Go after your dreams. I know there are times when people say, well, I tried that already and it didn't work. Well, yes, that was the past. That was before we had digital stuff, right? Things have improved. So I want you to try again. I want you to give yourself permission 21 times to keep giving yourself permission to, and don't make excuses. You just take action.
Don't take excuses, just take action. Don't make excuses, just take action. Hey, that's a tweetable. Don't make excuses, just take action. Someone do me a favor out there. As you're watching right now, this is your moment. This is your time. Now is the time. Look right below the video and write those words right now. Don't make excuses. Do what, Sherri?
Just take action.
Just take action. You know, you talk about just taking action. You may have heard this before, and it is a truism, but sometimes there's truth inside of truisms, right? And it's that consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. I know you've heard this. Consistency is the key. Yet what do most people struggle with? And my hand is raised. Don't. I'll put both of them up. It's consistency. So what do you share with your clients, Sherri, in order for them to be consistent, or as Dr. George C. Frazier would say, hashtag stay. I put the hashtag in there for you, Doc. Hashtag stay the course.
And I think people don't stay the course because they're not tracking the course, right? I said a track business becomes successful. So consistency means being able to have a routine, right? And when you have that routine, it compounds and it compounds consistently, and then but you're able to track it. So how do you know if you're losing weight unless you look at a scale or unless you weigh yourself in certain things, right? Unless that dress fit a little bit better than it did before, because you're tracking yourself. You got to have some type of measure system to know if it's working or not. But I'm telling you this, consistency has been the success of my business, and having a daily routine that have profit boosting activity and being able to track that so you can know how many tribes you have or how many things have improved. That has definitely been my key to my success, is being consistent, having a daily routine, right? Having a daily successful routine and having a tracking system to see how well it's doing.
For those folks that are listening, they're tuning in, they're listening with new ears right now. They're watching with new eyes. They're like, wow, this is exactly what I need. The question comes up, what type of clients is Sherri working with today? Number one. And as you're listening, maybe it's for you. Or maybe Sherri, someone you need to contact or you need to refer to someone else. But I'm asking, what type of clients does she work with today? And how can folks best reach you? And maybe you have something you want to share with the audience as well. We love cool stuff, by the way. We all love cool stuff. Hint, hint.
I love it. So most of my clients are financial coaches, and one of the reasons why is because we want to make sure your finances, right? We talk about revenue. So most of my clients I work with is I literally help financial coaches cross market their business, because financial coaches, they're the expert in their field. And not because you're expert, that doesn't mean you're the authority. So I help them become the authority so they can get their expertise out there to the universe of people who are not financial coaches, so we can really guard our money and understand the power of finances. So why did I get to that space? I get to that space because I had a 430 credit score when I started in this business. Going through a divorce took me to a 430 credit score. So I said, I'm going to find a way how to understand the power of money. That's when I got into life insurance and understanding IUL and understand how money works. So I will never go to back to that era anymore.
I love that. I love that. And did you mention there was a gift or something that you could give the folks that are out there?
Yes, yes. So I have.
I don't want to prompt, but I figured we like free stuff. If it's free, it's for me.
Yeah, it's free. It's for me. Yeah. So one of the things we're talking about, I have a financial gap worksheet, and it's help you to figure out where are you at, right? So the first part is just asking you, what are the goals that you have for your life, and the third part is asking you when you reach the goals, what does it look like? And then the second part, I know I did it for a reason. The second part talks about what is the gap that's holding you back from getting to your 1 and 3, right? So having that worksheet, it give you the idea juices that you need to look at and see, hey, I'm not waking up early enough, or I'm missing something here, or I don't have the structure, I don't have the coaching. But it's definitely a worksheet that give you the idea juices that need to generate revenue activity based on you finding out where you are, where you want to be, and what's holding you back in between. All right. And I would love to give you guys that today just for tuning in.
And how do they get it? Did you mention how they get it?
Also, if it's okay with you, I'm going to drop the link here. If
Yes,
it's okay.
yes, you go ahead and drop the link out there. And for those folks that are out there, like Letitia Campbell's out there watching, she says hello to you, by the way. Lene Smith is watching. She says hello to you, by the way. Krisha Campbell's out there watching. Regina Keeneman is out there watching. What's up, Danny? My man is in the house. So they're out there watching right now. But not only do you drop the link in there, but can you tell them what it? Because everyone might not be right in that spot. Sometimes these things get shared, they get forwarded around. Folks listen to the podcast. They might be listening to Apple TV right now or YouTube Live. So can you at least verbalize what's the best way for them to contact you or know how to get the gift, just in case they're not at the place where you're dropping it in the link? You know how that goes these days.
Totally got it. Yeah, so on all social media platforms, it's Sherri Somers, ITS, Sherri, SHERRI, Somers, SOMERS. So on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, it's Sherri Somers across the board.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I guess they're out there right now. They're going to go do that. That is fantastic. As we move into this segment called Rapid Fire. And Rapid Fire, for those folks that want to know, I get to ask whatever question I want. And she has 2 minutes or less to answer. I know I did say 2 minutes or less. They like the less better than 2 minutes. I know they like the less. I get you. I heard you guys. And she doesn't have to answer the question. But one of the questions top of mind to me, by the way, is of all the mentors you've had on this journey of life, and you've had so many,
Hmm.
what's one of the ideas that's been passed to you from your mentor that you could pass on to all of us that are watching right now? And all of you out there right now, do your hands like to say thank you. Put your hands out. She's about to give you a gift. She's about to lay out from her mentor to you something that you can walk away with, and you may have never meet her mentor, but the idea has been passed on to you. So what's something you would pass on?
I think I've said it before and I say it again just to reiterate it. And that's definitely faith over finance. It's definitely that, because when you're starting in this business realm or you're in this business, your bank account does not reflect the amount of knowledge that you know or your value. So that will dishearten you or discredit you in your mind, and do something with your worthiness. But if you go into with the expectation of moving with your faith over your finance, you will always, always come out on top. Because as you move with your faith, you grant favors in your life, which is why my group is called Faith, Favor, and Finance, right? And as you grant favor in your life, you realize the favor was nothing to do with the finances. Your favor because you built your faith muscles. And by building your faith muscles, there's always a ram in the bush. So look for the ram in the bush.
I love how you do that. Look for the ram in the bush. I love that. What does happiness look like to you right now? If you had to define what happiness looks like to you for where you are right now in your life, what does it look like? And for those folks that are out there, do me a favor. Hit the share button. Lene Smith, who's out in California, says, yes, faith over finance. Do me a favor. Hit the share button. Hit the watch party button. Pay this message forward to someone else. Bless another entrepreneur, another business owner, another single mom or single dad or a married couple or someone in a relationship that right now is like, you know what? The fastest way for me to financial freedom is entrepreneurship. And this message can help them. So thank you all in advance for sharing that. We appreciate it. That's a great way to give a digital applause. So what does happiness look like for Sherri Somers these days?
Shay, it brings me to tears to watch me, single mom who left her job, 430 credit score, is, literally start her business with her iPhone. And I'm sitting here in the beautiful island of Jamaica getting ready to host an event that is fully paid for, flight, everything. Like, my life has really, really changed. And I never thought that it would. That's my happiness. My happiness is waking up on this 8th floor of this balcony and look in this amazing, beautiful room that I get to and ask myself, is this work? Like, is this work? That I'm here and I'm doing the thing that I was called to do. And I'm enjoying life and have an amazing son that at any given time, I can fly him with me. He can be by my side, and there's nobody that I have to answer to or ask permission to be great. So happiness for me is not asking permission to be great or asking someone how I should live my life. So being able to create my own schedule while paying my bills is happiness for me.
Create your own schedule, freedom of time, more cash flow, more profit. Wow, that kind of sums up and says a whole lot. I'm curious right now, when you hear the word dedication, you hear the word discipline, what goes through your mind? Why is that one of the most important characteristics of an entrepreneur, is to have the discipline to do the things they don't want to do when they should do it?
Oh, wow. I think discipline is how bad do you want? What's your hunger? Or how hungry are you, right? Um, uh, Eric Thomas says some of you guys are four cylinders. As soon as you hit some type of traction, you can't go up that hill, right? So discipline for me is to being able to embrace the good with the bad, embrace hate with love, embrace up with down. Like, as we said, it's premature to want to be in a business and don't think that you're going to have obstacles. So I think you're talking about the Bible, and I want to say this: there not a given time within that Bible when you're able to not. God is not going to give you a vision and did not already calculated all the problems that was going to go wrong ahead of time when He gave you that vision. Don't miss what I just said. He has already calculated the obstacles when he gave you that vision. So it's just for you not working that obstacle out. But when he gave you the vision to manifest, he has already put in the calculations of all the things that's going to come in the way. And knowing that he also gave the solution to all those things or all those obstacles. So he's not going to give you a vision and just say, oh, you can just manifest it. No, he knew that you're going to call that person and you're not going to get support. He knew that you're going to be frustrated at night. He knew that you're going to be late at night. He knew you're going to be going to a job that you so don't want to go to. He knew that your bank account is still in the negative, but you're still pushing. He knew that you feel like you're not worthy because you don't have a degree. He knew that you're supposed to finish that book and you don't feel motivated to finish that book. He knew that where you're living is not what you're called to do. He knew all that. He knew all the challenges you were going to face, but he still gave you that vision because clearly he believed that you have the power, regardless of what's going on, to manifest that vision. So walk in it.
You know, you said faithful with finances and how so true is that. Eric Heilig is out there. You've got to connect with Eric Heilig. What's going on, Eric Heilig? He's out there in Orlando. Has something called Marriage Can Win, and they do focus on finances. And I'm telling you right now, Sherri would be a great guest. All of you would be a great guest for all of you out there. So I don't want to just pick out one person, but I know Eric's watching right now, and what you're talking about, I know it's ringing in his ears right now as he's listening. Do me a favor, if you would. When you think of all the books you've read, I know you've read, I don't know, probably like me, 15,000 books. Who knows how many books we've read these days? What's one book, not so much the book that comes to mind, but the idea from the book that you would like to share? And that's a loaded question because, you know, you would have to probably get your Audible out and say, of all these books, Sherri, my gosh. But if one is top of mind to you right now, and you said, you know what, everyone, if you're watching, this is one of the books that really resonates with me and it's my go-to. We all have our go-to book that's in there. Which one pops top of mind to you?
Well, right now it's Outwitting the Devil. Outwitting the Devil.
Classic.
Right now. Yes, it's a really, really good. And the book is, I don't want to give it too much away, but it's pretty much the devil having a conversation and our interview about how he started off in our life and putting fear in our life from a child, and how he started with poverty. Because once he plants something in your life, you're so distracted by that, or you become one of the main point I got is that when you wake up without a target or idea, you become something called a drifter, right? You're just drifting in the world. And he loves when you're drifting because you have no control of your life, right? You didn't wake up, you go to college, you don't know what degree you're going to take. You go to school, but you don't, or you buy a course, but you don't really finish the course. You're just lollygagging. He called that drifters, and he loved drifters. This is why you always wake up with a plan of action. One of the things Eric Thomas also said is that by the time he get to bed, he's so exhausted by giving everything he got that he'd be like, devil, you can't use me right now. I'm too tired. Right? So Outwitting the Devil is just an amazing book. And they talk about having self-awareness and how about using pain against itself. And I just think it's a powerful book, and I would recommend it to anyone.
Ah, man, you rock. You're just incredible. Second to last question. I know we got to get out of here. I know we're in overtime, but I appreciate you. You know, you've got a audience waiting for you, by the way. You got a VIP session you got to get to. And, you know, I appreciate you being here so much. For Shamika Thomas that's out there watching right now, what would your words of encouragement be to someone that right now has had to fake it till they make it, quote unquote? They've had the imposter syndrome. And the question, I guess, in their mind is, you know, what type of affirmations do you tell yourself? What type of beliefs do you constantly feed your mind to kind of keep you going as you're trying to be consistent and continue to generate the revenue? But sometimes, as you said, your mind does wander. So the question really is what's one or two affirmations or 1-2 belief statements or whatever you want to call it that you tell yourself, or quotes that kind of keeps you together?
I love it. So one of my favorite quote is, of course, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength, right? That's one of my favorite quotes. Well, for Shamika Thomas, what I would say to you is whenever I get off track or whenever I feel like it's impossible, I'm going to tell you something. I'm here at Epicon 20 for the host for April Frank's event. But let me tell you something. Epicon 19, where I met you, Shay, right? I was sitting in the back working on her social media. Yeah. And I remember saying to Susan that I want to host Epicon 20. Right. And I've said it to Stacy Moore, two amazing ladies. And I just said it. right? And here I am hosting exactly what I said when I met you, Epicon
I
19.
remember.
So write the vision and make it plain.
You know, one of the things I admire about you, to give you the last question, I'll give you the opportunity to give your final thoughts, is I admire the person that you were a couple of years ago, the person that you were in 2019. You're that same person now. I mean, that same personality, that same energy, that willingness to give, a heart to serve. The person you see now is who she really is. So you're not getting someone on stage one moment, and some people are like that. It's okay. They're one person on stage and there's someone after it. That's okay, but that's not you. Let me first say thank you so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We know one thing. You can make all the money you want. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. And you give us the most precious gift that you have is your time. So my final question to you would be two things. Number one, share again how folks can best connect with you and the gift, because they're out there and some folks want to know. So we want to make sure you do that. And then secondly, what are your closing thoughts, your closing comments to empower, to aspire, to uplift, other women and other men and other entrepreneurs that are out there as we close out? But once again, you're amazing. For everyone that's out there, and she does this, you, Avon Good Jones, who's watching right now, you, Sakisha, who's watching right now, every one of you, do me a favor. Hit the share button. Hit the watch party button. Pay this message forward to someone else. Help someone else out there make their life better, improve the quality of their business so they can contribute more, not only to their family, but to the community. With that being said, over to you, Sherri. Thank you so much. I can't wait. We got to have you back, obviously. We can't. It took a while to get you here, but she's here all from Jamaica. But don't worry. We're going to bring her back. Over to you. Thank you so much once again.
Shay, thank you so much. Again, I can be reached at It's Sherri Somers on all social media platforms. I'm going to drop the link just as soon as we head off here right now. And again, my last thing for saying is definitely, you are looking at somebody that literally vision about hosting Epicon 20, and here I am in Jamaica. Didn't know it was going to be in Jamaica. But in Jamaica, doing exactly what I asked God for and spoke about it. So again, it's about writing the vision and making it plain.
With that being said, I want every one of you to know out there that you're amazing. You're all incredible. Every single one of you got greatness inside you, and that today is your January 1st. You can release all the revenue that you need right now, that today is your January 1st. You can have faith over finances, and that today is your January 1st. Why? Because for you, the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. The best is still yet to come. With that being said, my name, by the way, for those folks who know who's doing all that screaming, who's doing all that yelling, my name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless. And remember, time is long. Life, on the other hand, is very, very short. So you got to live in the moment, Kathy, and you got to make it count. God bless, and we wish you success. We'll see you again soon. Thanks a lot, Sherri. You're incredible. You're amazing. God bless. See y'all all later. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Damn.
Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless.